person has to utilize it. Like, you have to use the condom. You have to take your birth control. I can't take birth control, and I still don't have a kid. So, like, I'm not just laying around with everybody, but I make the decisions of how I'm going to operate in my life. Like, I understand that I would run the risk of having a child if I had unprotected sex, so I don't do that. Not everybody operates that way. Yeah. And if you're in a relationship, not in a relationship, if you lay down with someone, the other party is responsible for their decisions as well.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Period.
Yeah. So if you're running the risk of someone lying to you. I was in a relationship for 7 years. Like, I didn't know he lied to me, but that was a choice he made. And I still didn't end with a kid. But at the end of it, like, I'm not telling him to lie to me. I'm trusting in that person. But also, that's his choice. 7 years. It was bad.
She like basketball players.
But, like,
he was a basketball player.
She like basketball players.
We're going to have to analyze that later, Lindsay. I'm going to put that on.
He was a really good liar, okay? Really good liar. But, no, at the end of the day, your decision. Someone can lie to you, but you have to understand you're running the risk of that person lying to you or being honest. And, like, if you aren't being protected, if you lay down with homegirl and you're like, oh, like, I'm on birth control, but, like, you know, we could do that. Like, you could just pull out. I'd be like, hell no. Like, the pull out method is not a method. So many
I don't even take condoms from girls.
So, Hayes, are you saying, like, it's her fault, like, solely? Like, what's your position?
No, it's the dude's fault.
No, I'm saying in that situation, primary responsibility is on her because they had an agreement before he entered anything. She said, I'm on birth control. It's okay to do. So because I'm being responsible with my body. And if she's being irresponsible with her body and they find out that she was irresponsible with it, it does take some onus away from the male and the decision, because he didn't go into it saying, you know what, I absolutely want to have a child. He's saying, I'm trusting the woman that I'm with, that she is taking the right contraception, listening to her doctor, and doing what she's supposed to do. Yeah. Like,
but at the end of the day,
you have to hold people accountable for their actions.
Yes, and if at the end of the day, if you're making a decision to lay down with someone, that should be someone that you, if you get stuck, like if you're in that situation, you need to envision that before that happens.
I'm not saying that you can't consequence. I'm saying at the end of the day, it's still wrong. And what is the solution? How do you resolve it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You're not giving me any resolution. It's just like, hey, take it. It is what it is. What?
I mean, the way that you would resolve it at that point, though, the way that you would resolve it at that point is that both of you still got to take care of that kid.
Yep.
That's just that's the ugly truth of it. But she's still gonna have to be a mama.
I do not agree with that.
What?
Wait. So are you saying, Hayes, are you saying that it would be okay for him to abandon his seed?
I'm saying it's okay for him.
Do you know husband?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You are saying that it would be okay for him to abandon his seed.
I said sign away his rights. If he did not want a child, and she is the reason why they have a child because she purposely didn't take birth control pills.
It's like
what would signing away his rights consist
hell
of?
nah.
What would signing away his rights consist of?
You no responsibility.
You waive your rights. You go to the court.
You waive your rights, and you don't have any. You don't. Yeah. They can't file for child support. They don't make any medical decisions like that.
Legally not the father.
So you're legally basically saying I don't want nothing to do with you.
He shouldn't find it to it because he didn't want it in the first place, and her reckless decision is the reason why they have it. That's why.
Hell nah, bro.
But let me say something real quick.
That's dusty right there. That's dusty.
But it would be it would kind of the functional equivalency I was sitting there thinking about, it'll be no different. Kind of like, this is my question to you, Lindsay. Let's say that you and the man agreed to have sex, obviously with a condom, but he decided to poke holes in the condom without letting you know, and you end up getting pregnant. So what is your take on that?
I mean, again, the man is lying. I still made that decision. Like, if I'm laying down with somebody, that's somebody that somewhere along the lines I contemplated having a child with. And I'm going to reap the consequences regardless. Like, I'm going to take care of me and my own. But, like, I mean, fuck him for, like, doing something stupid. Lying is lying, whether it's a man or woman saying it. Like, I don't care who it is. But, like, you should have some sort of, like, guilt within yourself about lying and putting someone in that situation. At the end of the day, people don't always have that. But like, you know, like if I enter into that situation, somebody's got to be responsible for it. And you both decided to lay down. I didn't force you. You didn't force me. It's a decision.
Right. But so let me ask a follow-up question. Would you knock? Last question, follow-up question. Would you knock a woman who decides that because she did not want to have a child and he poked holes in the condom that she wants to not have the child? Like, in other words, abortion or take a morning after pill. What's your take on a woman who wants to remove herself from such responsibility?
I mean, again, that would be their decision. Like, I'm very much pro-choice.
Yeah.
Like, mistakes happen. If you, with like morning after pill, that's different because that's like you can't take that you don't get pregnant within like a couple of days.
No, but do you agree? So would you agree with Hayes though? So now that you said that you're pro-choice, that you believe she could absolve herself of a responsibility that she didn't agree with, could the guy like Hayes say, absolve himself as well?
He can, but I just don't think that it should fall solely on one person by default. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
I was going to say this, and I don't want to take away from it, but I wanted to respond to something that Hayes had said. Like, Hayes' rationale to the whole thing, it seemed like, all right, so if I impregnate her and she lied about her birth control or missed it, now I'm responsible for a baby. But
I didn't say
miss it.
I didn't say missed it.
Then what'd you say?
I said purposely didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So again, that it still falls on you for being reckless for going in a chick and you didn't want to have a kid with her without protecting it. That's you, man. And then let me tell you, the reason why I call it dusty behavior, because only dusty niggas do that because they ain't got shit to protect.
I got kids. You got kids? You got kids?
Hell no. No.
Fall back then. When you get some, let me know how.
Well, see, so hey.
No, I'm good. I like my money.
I do have a child, and I still will blame the guy for being in that situation, because if a girl says she's taking a birth control but she can't have condoms, now it's your responsibility to make that decision whether you're going to enter her or not. Okay, I can't work. The pH messes up my pH. Cool. So now I have to say, okay, do I want to have a kid with this girl, or do I not want to have sex with her?
That's not true. That's not the decision. You in that moment you say
that's my decision though.
Contraceptives.
Right, I don't trust a woman to take her pill or wear IUD or take the shot. I don't trust a woman to do that. I don't trust the condom she gives me. I don't trust any of that.
You trust your partner and your sexual activity, bro. Why you can't trust your partner?
I just want to point out though, real quick, and then you can have it.
I don't trust that. It's hard for me to trust because you have to know who you're with. But at the end of the day, I know that this girl can get pregnant if I can't wear a condom with her. So let me say this real quick. I trust her or not. Well, I know she's taking girls forget to take that pill. So I have to take the onus on that. And at the end of the day, I can always sign my rights away. But if she gets pregnant, I will blame myself because I went into that knowing that I'm not going to wear a condom and I'm going to trust the pull-out method and her taking a pill. I'm trusting myself. So I have all the responsibility in that because I put myself in that situation.
It's accountability.
My daughter is here because I had a bag of condoms on the end of my bed that I chose not to use. That's my responsibility. I could have just easily went to a bag and got a condom. My daughter wouldn't be here. So me and her mom made that. Her mom and I made that decision.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I made that decision. And so, but
I kept mine.
My daughter's 20. I ain't had no more kids since then.
Yeah. Now I kept my daughter too. But what only point I'm trying to say is, it was no foul play going on. So and that's very different. So I knew that it was a risk associated when I was doing it. Right. So I can't make that excuse. But other men can. I know a lot of men who can and should have been able to sign away their rights and not be on child support right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But Hayes, I have a question to Hayes though, because since we're talking about real life situations or hypotheticals, because that does happen. The example that he gave. So what about the men that's out there that purposely come inside of a woman to get her pregnant intentionally and then leave her with that baby and run off? Because we do hear numerous stories that way, whether they're dusty or pookie or not. Should the man be solely responsible and be on all the child?
Get away from the camera.
What do you think of that? What is your take on that?
Ask me direct. If they agree, if it is consensual and they both know the risks associated, there was nobody that said, "Oh, I was on birth control." The guy didn't poke no holes in the condom, and they both just had a reckless moment. That's totally different from somebody maliciously and purposefully altering the situation so that they can have a child.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what if however he manipulates the situation, what if he goes in and he intentionally does something to impregnate her and she finds out?
He said that already, but I think I'm sorry, brother. What was his name? Guru said that already. Guru already said that. Guru said exactly what you're saying. He said if he poked right, he poked.
I had dropped off.
He wrong. He filed.
He's wrong for that.
Abortion. Because what you doing? Wait, I ain't tell you to do that. So you keep the condom on. What's wrong with you? So she should be abortion. And same thing. If she say I'm on birth control pills, but she know in her head I missed 2-3 pills, or I ain't gonna get my patch, or I ain't gonna get my shot, that should be verified, and he should be able to sign his rights away. Period.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this comment while it's still relevant. Kirsten said antibiotics, trapping, missing a pill, can't wear condoms, don't matter. You enter that cat unprotected, and 1 + 1 = 3. You consent to it, might as well pick out a name.
Well, there you go. You that baby's pappy. You can't run from it.
Yeah.
You the pappy, baby. Yeah. Go and get them diapers.
18
literally. As long as it's a double standard. As long as it's a double standard. I'm all for double standards. So make sure you don't go do what you got to do. Keep that too. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I'm going to just say this, man. I don't know. I got to ask you some questions, man.
Because even with the comment.
Oh, what?
Oh, no. I was talking to Hayes. I was going to ask him how old he is.
35, bro. 35.
All right. And how old were you when you had your first kid?
My daughter's 9, so I was 24.
24. And what were you doing at that time in your life? What were you doing? Like career path? What were you currently doing at that time?
All right, 25. But during that time, I was working. I had a couple of city jobs. I was a like independent contractor doing a lot of different things. I was making moves. I wasn't. We had a nice situation. Me and my daughter's mother. We were fine. We were good.
So what happened?
I mean, we get a little bit into me, but see, I'm more into women who like women. I had to learn that about myself as I got older. I'm not a person who, but that's a whole other thing. So,
Hold on, real quick, Hayes. We have a super chat in the building.
Okay.
We have a super. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I need that set. It's Quint. It's Quint.
What up, Quint?
I need that. Real blessings, Quint. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, let's continue with the show.
All right. So to get back on. All right. I know, right? I know. We stopped, but all right. So I was asking him. And I was asking him. I was like, all right. So he was making some moves. Things was going good. Everything was good. So why did she leave?
I just told you I'm into women that like women. I was doing my thing. I was out in the streets. I was trying to find out who I was, and now I know who I am. But for a long time, I was trying to enter relationships. Not that I'm not monogamous, because I am monogamous, but I just like I said, I'm into women that like women, and I just my daughter's mother wasn't really into it to that degree, and I found myself, judging myself for my actions. In all actuality, I just need to go find what I wanted. But we have a very good cordial relationship. We're teammates. My daughter just got skipped. You know what I'm saying?
Teammates.
She's an African dance. She plays piano. My daughter's extremely intelligent. So,
yay!
Yeah. So there's end of the tunnel for me, and that's why I know I can speak on these matters, because I've experienced them. I've experienced that. I just got out of a relationship, 4.5-year relationship, with my daughter. I had a stepmother, so I could talk about those subjects. Like I'm pretty first.
I do like your intellectual consistency that you've met on the show. No matter what the question was thrown at you, you still had your same stance, and I like that.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah.
All right. You can take it to another point. I don't want to go in too much, man, because I ain't trying to wear the villain cape all the time, man. Be careful out there, Hayes, man. Be careful. Stop playing Russian roulette with them ladies, all right? Wrap that shit up.